Hey people, Intro here, 3v3 Faction War. This is Estia Province and Eldar versus Space Marines. Blue Eldar team. Long John Silver is a Warlock, a melee spellcaster that leaps into combat, some powerful disruption and support. This must be the Harlequin Elite scheme. Probably recolored, I think, maybe? Too many colours. Alongside is Jason with a Farseer, support hero fighting in melee, some powerful buffs and control, the same Han Elite scheme. And rounding off the blue team, Swagga Gitzsmakka is a Warp Spider Exarch, a teleporting hero fighting in ranged combat by default, great for capping and harassing, some powerful control, also rocking the same Han Elite scheme. Red Space Marines, KLoMein, I'm gonna say, getting knocked over with a Techmarine, starts off in ranged combat, puts out some good damage, can also support with structures and repair, rocking some Imperial Fists. Alongside is paveltech with Apothecary, support hero fighting in melee by default, begins with a heal and a passive health regeneration aura, some good old Blood Ravens. And rounding off the teams is Acey with a Force Commander, very strong offense, fighting in melee combat, can also tank, disrupt and support, the Dark Angels DLC recolored into black and white. West side, Warlock runs away, Tactical Marines on the field, and here come the Howling Banshee, Jester, whatever they are, with their power melee kicks and their slicey dicey swords. Can they kill a model off those fellas though? Not quite. Pushing all the way through the mid though are the Banshees of Jason, and Apothecary is in trouble, heals himself and is going to go down. Going to be an easy revive, but a decent chunk of XP there for the Howling Banshees, as you can see, almost into level 2 first engagement. Guardians on the VP, the other guys will try to harass. Double scouts here for paveltech. Acey's Force Commander, meanwhile, has pushed up the east side onto the power and decaps this natural wreck point here. West side, Eldar pushed through here too, decap the power, put a shield up, didn't go for the VP, the wreck point here. They did get the VP though, there's a triple. Strong start for the Eldar, Banshee's doing work through the mid. Warp Spider gets shotgunned off the wreck point, get out of here. Meanwhile, this one has been capped. Banshee's on the tacks of Acey. Force Commander needs to get in there with a battle cry or something. Maybe? What's he up to? Did he target the ammo crate there by accident or something? The tax barely got into the garrison. There's a grenade. One tack dramatically falls out of the window and dies. And they're going to wipe, I think. Yeah, some strange misclicks, I think, from Acey. Gets the tax and the Force Commander killed. That is a rough start over there. Could have got out of there, I think, if they got into the Banshees and did a battle cry and stuff. Meanwhile, pushing through the mid now is Jason again, with Armor of Fortune on the way to help support these Howling Banshees. Apothecary just threw the heal on the tax. They barely get away without a loss too. Guardians bringing up the rear. One of them with the aspect for the fleet of foot and the grenade and stuff. West side, Eldar through again. Looking at the power, not bashing the power. There was nothing to bash. It's being loaded now. These guys mass retreat. And they can decap the wreck point, bash the power. Do whatever they like. The red Space Marine team in disarray. But here come Assault Marines for KLoMein. Haven't seen them use. There we go. They jump away. Slightly. Very slightly jump away. There's the Howling Banshees with the War Shout. Dealt with. Barely dealt with. They dropped 2 models. That's alright. Assault Squad did not drop a model. Some grenades chucked on the node. Couldn't quite get it bashed, but brought it down pretty low. Are they going to bother to repair it? I think it's worth doing, because they've shown they can get onto that power. Back to the south VP. Being taken by the Eldar. Grenade for the tax. Blew up 2 of them. Oh, 1 of them. Oh, there, he still died. Got shot afterwards. Here come Assault Squad from Acey. Getting the Guardians out of there. Scouts. Can you melee them? Not quite. Banshee's on them though with the Farseer, and she has the Spirit Stones. That was a good grenade. That was a really good grenade. Fortune goes up on the Banshees. Is it enough to save them? I think it might be, you know. Assault Squad want to finish them. Didn't quite jump to the right place. And the Banshees do get away. Perhaps lucky to do so. Fortune, that was a clutch use of Fortune though. Howling Banshees of Swagga now getting shotgunned by double shotgun scouts of paveltech. Where's the Apothecary? He's capping with a customized Stormbolter. Meanwhile, these guys putting pressure on have now found triple rangers though for Swagga Gitzsmakka. Gonna be bad news for these shotgun fellas, I think. Can be, yeah, just popped from range and kinetic pulsed if they try to get close for shotgun stuff. Now the tacks are getting shot up. Rangers strangely splitting though. Oh, they dropped to modelled attacks. West side, what's going on? Distortion field up for the Warlock. Has the Champion's Robe too. And Merciless Switchblade. Or maybe it's just a Champion's Robe up. Yes, I think it is. Getting some kills. Merciless Switchblade is just nasty. Just nasty. Banshees. Can they avoid dropping a model? Techmarine gets out with a mastercrafted bolter and kills one. They now go for the decap. 469 to 350. KLoMein did a decent job getting on the VP, but this is going to be difficult to deal with. The Warlock with this weapon and the Banshees is really bad news for the assault squad. How are the double tacks doing? They are healing up. Coming out of base now. Don't want to fight that Warlock, fellas. I really don't. Barely getting away. Warlock leaps. No longer gets the speed boost when he leaps. But I swear I've seen him do like a melee charge and stuff in 297. What is this? It's a dead Apothecary. 464 to 350. On the power again is the Eldar. They've been very swift in this game. On the power quick. That's a swift death for the Warlock. Tier 2 for Jason, the first player to go. Acey cruising along with scouts and assault squad at the moment. And revives the Apothecary. Levels to 2. No war gear. Apothecary heals himself. Going to meet some Banshees soon. Might need to help out here, Mr. Force Commander. Hello? Nope, he's out of here. Apothecary's getting chopped up. paveltech realizes too late and goes down. Oh, the scouts are repairing power. They've got 2 tack squads as well. And it's the assault squad of Acey. They're hanging out on the west side again. Fortune up for the Farseer. Scouts could get a little bit closer, maybe do some more damage there. Force Commander is now chasing the Banshees and that's too much for them to deal with, so they leave. Those tacks close enough to get battle cried there. West side. Imperial Fists hold on, and the scouts are going to be on capping duty because the tacks are too low when there's rangers and stuff around. Long John Silver's rangers got away with 1 model. Meanwhile, through the mid, can they make some ground? Oh, tacks are out of there. Force Commander's out of there. Eldar might be able to hit back actually. 464 to 350. Tier 2s are in. Jason's already there. Nothing on the field yet though. Grenade is dodged. Banshees have their Exarch. With the aspect of strength gives them the heavy melee Executioner Spear. Be careful ladies, that's a grenade. They're alright. They're alright. Can they get onto the power? So it's a great time to hit power at the start of a new tier. And they're on it. Triple Rangers there. Guardians going for the contested power. Meanwhile, how did these guys do? Oh, they bashed a gen. Well done, fellas, with your shotguns and stuff. In it. Guardians get a decap and a dodge a grenade. Assault squad leveling to 2. Yep, to 2. That's KLoMein stuff. KLoMein, I think I'll go for. Maybe. Sergeant for these tactical marines of paveltech. Oh, double sergeants. I thought maybe one was going to be stern guarded, but can't stern guard them both. Maybe we'll still see a stern guard though, eh? Crack shot up on his rangers from a friendly neighborhood warp spider Exarch. There's that leap. Opens up some space for the Banshees onto the scouts. Are they overextending? Should they have got the VP locked down first? I mean, if they can't get the power here, why are they here? Looks like Banshees are maybe going back to cap? Maybe? No. I mean, they killed a scout, I guess. There's that Merciless Switchblade ranged attack. Knocking stuff over. They did nerf the damage of it, though, I think. The damage of the ranged attack, I believe, in 297. Dreadnought coming in for Acey. Loving it. Starts off as a melee unit. Really bad news for all of this Eldar infantry. Swagga Gitzsmakka responds with a Wraith Lord. Maybe we'll see the Bright Lance shoulder mounted to try and shoot down the Dreadnought. Is another Dreadnought here for KLoMein. Forcing off the Eldar. The Banshees did get away. Does the Warlock get away though? 2 smacks enough? It's not. Oh, the shotgun scouts enough there to finish him. Surely they are if they just turn and shoot. And again. Yep, there we go. Got them some levels too. 449 to 326. Rangers need to be careful. They indeed cloak up and back away. Oh, then there's retreat anyway. Dreadnought with the inspiration on kill there. Just killed a Banshee, I guess. Apothecary runs. Rangers still a nuisance. Killed a scout. Force commander, no war gear. Maybe we'll see the Terminator armor in tier 3. And blue team did take the VP. I guess it was the Banshees that backed up and took it. Farseer with her Singing Spear. Been seeing this quite a lot recently, actually, Singing Spear. Just a heavy melee damage weapon, but it's nice to have that option of heavy melee damage, especially when she can guide herself and put... Well, she can't really put Doom. I guess she could put Doom on something and then swap to it, but I don't see many people doing that. Fortune up. Help her survive the Dreadnoughts. But she doesn't really want to fight the Dreadnought. I mean, it's some complementary AV on it. But because of the heavy melee resistance, you don't want to fight it 1v1. Warp Spider Exarch went down. Wraith Lord is in with indeed a Bright Lance. We have a Whirlwind too, with the Hunter Killer Missile on the front, which I don't think has been shot yet. Banshees are yelling. Which ones are yelling though? It's these ones from Jason. Forcing off the Assault Squad. Wraith Lord versus Dreadnought in close combat. Should it have kept its distance and just shot the Bright Lance as much as it could? Maybe. It should fire on a move. There we go. Banshee's getting Emperor's Fisted though. Doesn't sound quite right, but that's what they did. Damn it! Another Dreadnought on the way for paveltech now, and they retained their VP. The Assault Squad jumping in with a Melter. Maybe. Oh, they don't have the energy to throw it. I don't think they're going to have the energy either. 413 to 303. Looks like the Wraith Lord's going to be okay. Oh, there's the Melter. Oh, it's only 45 energy. That's right. I keep thinking it's 60 or something. Wraith Lord goes down. And we have a sync kill. Awesome. Blocks the arm. Tears out the chest. Just drops it down nonchalantly. And walks away nonchalantly too. Big push through the mid now for the Space Marines. 396 to 303. Seer Council on the field for Jason, by the way. Runs into a Dreadnought, which is not a good fight for these guys, but trust me, they're cool. And they don't run into Dreadnoughts, they're cool. Stone Guard Veterans here for KLoMein. Tier 3 for Acey. And Fire Dragons up for Long John Silver, going to help them hunt down the Dreadnought. Although they're good versus all targets pretty much. Lots of pew pew. You guys came to the wrong neighborhood. It's all pew pew here. Apothecary might get caught too. He's not careful. Backing up. Arm of the Apothecary on the way. It's 50 power, but it's pretty damn good. Dreadnought here for paveltech with an assault cannon. 3 of them on the field. Awesome. They've all survived so far. Acey does indeed have the Terminator armor queued up for tier 3. Banshees, that's 2 aspect of strength Banshees there. It's bad news for the Dreadnought. Whirlwind coming in though to help out. Just a grenade throw for the Dreadnought. Shrugged it off. And now the Eldar turn to face the Stern Guard and the Dreadnought of KLoMein, which still is in its melee state. Assault Cannon Barrage. A decent hit. Hit a couple of Guardians there. This could be a messy fight for this Eldar group. Kind of getting pincered. Merciless strike as those Banshees came in. Assault Squad jumping in there. Seer Council leaping on them too. But I think they're a little bit isolated there, the Seer Council. This came in a bit too late. to make a big impact on that fight. Here, where's the Force Commander Terminator guy? There he is. Got a Storm Bolter and a Power Fist. Knows how to use them. Can get some cool weapon upgrades too. Maybe we'll see some Guardians on the eastern edge. Grabbing a fully built up power here. Back to the west side. Farseer with Fortune runs. I don't think they can get something on this VP very easily. They'll probably sit on the 2-to-1. Space Marines are very good at sitting on 2-to-1 caps. And they aren't that far behind on VPs, only 30 or so, not even that. There's the Force. Oh, it's got a Flamer. Heavy Flamer is in. And there's some fire fear. Cleansing Flame. Forces those guys back. And now bashes power. It's a pretty damn quick bash there. And it's a tier 3 flame unit. You'd expect it to be pretty good. I hear Banshees yelling. So these ones? No. It was these ones, I think. They are retreating though. Seer Council, Banshees, Warlock, Farseer all in there. Seer Council with the passive damage resistance aura, but they just got marked targeted by the Techmarine, and that's a nasty assault cannon barrage. Whirlwind is very close to the Fire Dragons. Getting some decent shots in there. Dreadnought goes after them. Smack. That guy died. Inspiration on kill, of course. Stern Guard with Hellfire rounds loaded in. They are being chopped up by the Warlock, though. I guess the high-powered shot has already been used. Maybe it was used on those Banshees. They're being torn up by the assault cannon. Uh-oh. They're going to die. They indeed die back there. I think those were Jason's Banshees. Guess they weren't paying attention. Where are the Seer Council, by the order back? Maybe they thought they were all retreated and they weren't. Level 5 Farseer here, back to the west side. Assault squad in on the Fire Dragons. Some retreat grenades a little bit early there. 271 to 303 on the VPs. Another decent barrage. KLoMein Dreadnought in melee mode can go toe-to-toe with the Banshees and crush them. Look at that special. Destroyed them. Down they go. Those were Swaggas? No, those are Long John Silvers. On this west side here. What is that marker on the Warlock? Oh, that was Heart of Darkness, giving him power, I think. Looked like he was getting mind ward by the Farseer or something. Level 5 Farseer here. Oh, runs away. 225 to 303. Triple cap for the Space Marines. Something up the east side. I guess that's a Dreadnought over there. Can I have a quick look? It is indeed a Dreadnought. It's very far forward for a Dreadnought. Hunter Killer hits the Wraith Lord. There's another Wraith Lord over there, though. With Bright Lances for both. Getting shots. There's a lot of DPS. Need to keep them moving. It's a level 3 Dreadnought with a Dark Age as well. That's something you don't want to lose. A lot invested in this guy. Global repair is going on. Blessing of the Omnissiah from KLoMein's Techmarine. You see it repairing that fella too. Uh-oh. Oh, it doesn't repair this guy though. I guess you don't get the benefit if you're not damaged when Blessing of the Omnissiah starts. Wraith Lord smacking the Assault Marines, but they did a good job holding them up for a second. And now they have to back off. West side is blue for the Eldar. Bunch of stuff over here too. Techmarine down. There's the 2-to-1. Can they get some D-cannons over there or something? They do have a Fire Prism for Swagga Gitzsmakka. Doesn't seem to be taking it to the west side though. They've lost their east side a few times here. And that power on the eastern edge is red again. With 2 gens on it, Land Raider Redeemer on the way for Acey. Got a couple of Fire Dragons up. Fire Dragons typically do well when we see them. Not always easy to implement, because you've got to get reasonably close, but Eldar have ways of doing it and ways of supporting it. Use Laramund, says KLoMein. to get the 2 heroes up here. It's a good shout. Got plenty of red. 184 to 258. And Acey can't really use XP now on the hero because it's a Terminator fella. He's too fancy for XP. I will press F2. Seer Council on some tax. Poor little tax. And a shooting match so that Dreadnought can't win with those Wraith Lords. Farseer in there too. Is that Fortune up on the Seer Council as well? I believe it is. That's Fortune and their own resistance aura. Farseer constantly being knocked over here. Dreadnought, I think, is going to go down. It's the Whirlwind doing the knocking over. Yep, the Dreadnought does go down. Looks like Laramon's has worked. Something stuck, apparently, Pavel said. Maybe the Dreadnought couldn't move or something. Farseer getting good special. And then runs an orbital on retreat path. Got a bunch of Long John Silver's Guardians. I don't think it hit anything as I'll hit a friendly Assault Marine there. I think they're okay. Oh, maybe one of the Guardians wiped actually. Warlock does go down. It's a messy old fight. 184 to 191. Triple cap for the Eldar. They don't want to overextend and capitulate now. Double Wraith Lords going after the Dreadnought. Should have stayed ranged combat, I think. But they're doing enough damage. There's the Wraithbone. This Dreadnought is tough as hell though, being repaired by Blessing on the site and the Techmarine too. Wraith Lord's given up. Oh, we got a Melter Gun Techmarine too. Good damage from all targets. And Hunter Killer came in, gets one of the Wraith Lords. Land Raider Redeemer from Acey. Is that enough to tip Space Marines over the edge into Death Ball mode? I mean, the rest of the map looks very, very blue at the moment. This guy's just hanging out menacingly. Might be looking to go after the VP soon. Scouts are going after the other VP. Looks like kicking off on the west side. The other Wraith Lord falls. Eldritch. Expertly dodged. Almost expertly dodged by Acey. Only got one bolt on it though. Fire Dragons after it, but they are being torn up by a Plasma Gun tax. They are heavy infantry and they are down. Kraken Bolts, Plasma Gun tax too. Level 2 over there. Dreadnoughts live. Dreadnoughts live. Awesome. Can't believe 2 of them are still rocking. Eldar are kind of capitulating a bit. Can the Space Marines grab the VP though? Look at this. Scouts grabbing this one. Oh, the Warp Spider still hasn't moved. What are they microing? With the Fire Dragons, I guess. Fire Prism getting shots, being chased by the Terminator Force Commander with his Power Fist. Now just taking shots though. Warp Spider still idle in the mid. Very strange. Jason's got some Wraith Guard on the way. Land Raider Redeemer is kind of west side-ish. Not on the edge. Level 3 Warp Spider now being attacked. No war gear for this guy. Go mid, says Long John Silver. Is he going to die? Got a lot of units to micro, I guess. There we go. They have realized they have a hero again. We have a sprinting Apothecary level 5 with Anointed Power Axe. Just really shifts around when he's got the armor of the Apothecarian. Wraith Guard. Are they just going to get jumped? We have Vanguard Veterans and an Assault Squad. They might just get jumped. But they can counter-initiate that. We've got 2 Seer Councils. We've got a Warlock, got a Farseer, although she's down. In a tricky location to grab too. If it was the Warlock down, the Farseer could fleet up and use her spiritual rights heal and revive him maybe. Time to go through mid, as Long John Silver said before. Here they are. Some Terminators in though for paveltech. Warp throw into an Eldritch. It's a good execution. And the Apothecary goes down. Hits himself a little bit, but nicely done by Long John Silver there. We have the Cyclone Missile Launcher for these Terminators, kicking off on the west side, I believe. Indeed it is. 2 Fire Prisms here. Some Fire Dragons and the Banshees. Jumping out are the Vanguard Veterans. I think they can get this Dreadnought here. There's another Eldritch. It's a good hit. Down goes the Dreadnought. Can they get onto the Land Raider Redeemer? Wraith Guard coming in now. The Wraith Guard were patient and waited for the Vanguard to get out of there. And now they're getting tons of damage on the Land Raider. So are the Fire Dragons. So are the Fire Prisms. And they've got it. A clean kill. Assault Terminator's coming in. Too late to save it though. 77 to 130 on the VPs. Fire Prisms need to be careful now. Might lose one of them. Maybe. How many hit points does it have? 3 hit points on this thing. Seer Council getting in there. Keep moving, Fire Prisms, I say. There we go. These guys with Thunder Hammers and Storm Shields, unique to the Force Commander. And Seer Council being outnumbered there with the Assault Squad. What level are these Assault Squad? Level 4. They did well. They really did well. Missile Launcher attack trying to get on the Fire Prisms, but they lived. They'd love some Blessing of the Omnissiah right now. Omnissiah's not going to bless those fellas though. Not now, not ever. Force Commander leaves. West side is uncapped. 58 to 130. Scouts on the way for Acey. Anything through the mid? We've got 2 heroes clashing here. Apothecary is calmly capping the wreck point. I wonder why he switched out of the custom. Didn't he have the customized Stormbolt before? I'm pretty sure they did. Or am I mad? Am I thinking of a whole other replay or something? I might be. It's perfectly reasonably that I might be. He died anyway. Maybe they want to use the axe to like drain energy off the energy intensive Eldar heroes kind of thing. Seer Council being a real nuisance here. A real nuisance. Here come double Wraith Guard too. Can they get through into the VP? Maybe they can. Terminator staying here. Seer Council going for the VP. Wraith Guard doing tons of damage to everything they shoot at. There's the missile launcher thing. Doing some decent damage actually to the Wraith Guard. But they are just getting exploded. Why are they not in melee with them right now? I thought they were moving into melee, but no. Here come the Seer Council again. Something else on the VP. It's the Warp Spider. It's the Warp Spider. The Seer Council stayed there. They might have killed him. I guess the Terminators wouldn't have stayed if the Seer Council did. What is that? That's Scouts getting a decap. Farseer is on it though with a fleet. And the west side is blue. Kind of nuke baity back here. They got some Dark Reapers up now. With the aspect from Long John Silver. 58 to 82 on the VPs. Assault Squad on their own VP. There's the double for Eldar. It's very close. Gotta watch these scouts. And that Warp Spider, of course. Back to the west side, though. Can they get a decap here? Doesn't seem like it. Double Fire Prism is going to make it tricky. Terminators can cap. But everything else is going to be knocked around. High-powered shot on the Warlock. Now being smacked around by the Dreadnought. Level 8 Techmarine here. Seer Council getting in though. Good little bit of pressure. Don't want to overextend though. Push them back. And then back off yourself. We do have Lightning Claw Terminators. Dark Creepers going to help counter those guys. Might need a bit more though. Like double Dark Creepers or something. They have a Bright Lance Guardian Weapon team. 58 to 37 on the VPs. What is this? It's the Farseer now. Are the scouts looking for... Are these the scouts? No, I don't know where they are. Oh, paveltech has lost their scouts. Don't think they're going to get a decap here. See a council with fortune on them. All tuck dropping in. Just to harass the back line. But I don't think they're going to get a decap, and here come Lightning Claw Terminator, so it's kind of time to leave. 2-1 for Eldar though. Really good hold-up play there for Jason. That might have been enough. Down to 10 VPs, I hear, and Eldritch actually. Where is it? There it is. Caused a big retreat for KLoMein, and that's really bad at this stage of the game. Down to 4 VPs. I think they've got it. GG indeed. Well done, Jason, at the end there. If they didn't push through and harass on that VP, they might have been able to get through onto their own VP. There's some sneaky scouts for Acey trying to get some stuff done. Look at these heroes here. Level 5 Warlock. Warp Throw, we saw it used really cool once. Champion's Robe and Merciless. Very effective Farseer, Spirit Stones, Armor of Fortune and Singing Spear. Swagga Gitzsmakka down at the end, level 3. I don't think they had any war gear. Level 9 Techmarine. Did a lot of shooting. Level 5 Apothecary. Looking swanky with his axe there. And, oh, it's the Terminator Force Commander. Where is he? There he is. Was going for lightning claws of his own, apparently. Was sick of the Seer Council jumping around, I guess. So there you have it, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Big thanks to these players for playing a faction war and sending it in for us fellas to look at. And I'll see you next time.